looking at my
Hello
camera
and
info at the
welcome
same time.
back to the reboot of the Nest podcast. We have not done a show since 2000 and I want to say 2018. We have not done a proper The Nest podcast since the end of 2018, maybe early 2019.
Jeez. It has been that long.
It has been.
No wonder I've been depressed.
It has been a hot mess since we have done the Nest podcast. It's been a hot mess since I've done a podcast in general. So I'm very excited to get back to the projects with everybody. Welcome to the show, everybody. As most of you guys know, I am Luigi. To my top right is Houdini Fontmeister. Below me is the creamiest guy here, the Oreo King.
What'd you say about him?
He
needs to what you?
And to the diagonally down,
he needs to below
on the
you,
bottom
is what
right.
you said?
On the bottom right, we have our special guest for this episode. It is
right below
Tim
me.
from Super Mayhem and MarioMayhem.com.
It's interesting. He's down under.
Yeah,
down
he is,
under,
he
and
is
I'm
down
also
under.
wearing
Down
cream.
legitimately.
So.
The down under boy.
So, welcome to the show, everybody. We missed you guys. We miss everybody.
Oh, yes.
Before we get into a lot of big things that we're going to be talking about, first, I just want to quickly introduce Tim and explain who Tim is, what he does, and we'll do like the proper shout-outs more towards the end of the video. But for anyone who does not know who Super Mayhem is, he is one of the oldest YouTubers that I still watch that are still kind of active nowadays. I've been watching his stuff since early 2012, 2013 when I first got all my Gmail stuff associated with myself, and it was great. Tim has been making content on YouTube for a long time. And he also does run websites as well, too. So he runs both Super Mayhem and MarioMayhem.com, which are both fan sites that you can get information for videos, cool little downloads, wallpaper, stuff like that. And also just hanging out with a pretty awesome community. So Tim's been with us for a while. And actually, Tim was a big reason why a lot of us here really started getting more serious into streaming. It's actually how me and Houdini met, was actually through
we met through
Tim's
Super Mayhem's
streams
community.
when he used to stream on YouTube.
I did a lot of streaming, and that's when we met you two guys, and it's blossomed into a beautiful friendship ever since.
Absolutely. Beautiful,
It's funny too because that's kind of just how everyone met, was just through streaming in general.
Yeah.
Like I met him
literally
just because someone rated him, and I just started talking to him.
I met
"What's up?"
Houdini just because he randomly watched me at first, and I just hopped in one day in one of his streams while he was playing Spyro, and then that's when I met Luigi, and that's
I think
when
that's still around somewhere.
yeah, like
He's
that's
probably gonna
somewhere
delete
on your
that.
page. I have to go find
I
it.
need to delete
Because
that.
I hopped
That's
in,
probably
you're
long.
like,
you're
come in
prohibited, so-
Discord. Come on. I'm like, are you
Luigi,
sure?
been a
you want to know the actual last day that we did the podcast?
Oh, sure, why not?
I actually have it right here. It was
All right.
January 11th, 2019.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There you go. A little while
That's a
ago.
long time
That
ago.
is-
I remember we did a
hot
podcast. The last podcast I fully remember that we did was like on New Year's. I think it was like 2018.
Yes.
Like,
we did.
and that was
2019,
fun. I was happy.
Yeah.
I was lucky. I was
it was
very.
it was our New Year's special. I think
very
that was
intoxicated.
Yeah, we were on a grind in 2018, and then we stopped in September, and we tried to bring it back in January. We got 2 in, and for whatever reason, it never went back.
Well, a lot
Yeah,
of stuff
but-
did happen to like personal stuff between everyone.
Yeah.
Along with COVID-19 and stuff like that. It really kind of just put a huge.
We're pushing
damper.
forward now.
And on top of that
now we're
stuff
pushing
too,
forward.
during the second wave of the Nest production as well, we also did unfortunately have to let a member go for certain reasons, which luckily a lot of those things have been kind of mended. Friendships are still a thing with that person, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Yes. But we in sort of a way, we had to sadly get rid of a person. It's just kind of what happens. As when you run a group, it's just one of those things that you have to make sure that everybody is always held accountable for their actions on and off camera. So that's one
Creative
thing.
differences.
Yeah, that works.
And all that sort of
That's
thing.
the
Yeah.
that's the what you call it? That's the the lawyer's way of saying it. That's the nice PC way of saying it, so no one gets upset. But
it's true. It's like a band, really. You know, like everyone has to be going in the same direction. Everyone has to be at the same time, and that's part of the reason, I guess, that we haven't maybe hung out as much lately. Time zones, things like that, make it a lot more difficult to connect. You know.
Yes.
Because I'm not sure if Matt mentioned. You could probably tell by my accent. I'm down in Australia, Melbourne, Victoria. So
what's tomorrow's lottery numbers?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I can buy it tonight.
What's the weather for tomorrow? Please tell me. I need to know.
It's
According
Monday
to,
here and Tuesday there.
Yeah, it's Tuesday at 1:16 p.m. and I got up specially just for this, and I think it's like 8 or 9 over there for you guys.
Yeah,
it's 10 actually, because 10. We actually lost an hour. The clock jumped forward.
Yeah, daylight savings thing is a thing over here. So we I think
the
daylight savings. If we're being honest, guys, daylight savings is just a thing. We don't really need it anymore. I mean, we have technology, so we could just chill out with. It kind of
honestly
stuff,
just automatically does it. Automatically does it. Like, I don't have to. Who has a wall clock nowadays? Let's get real here.
All my stuff is all either on my phone or my Google. A wall clock.
I have one in there in my living room. I have one in my living room. I have one in my back room. It used to be my bedroom.
You know what? No one fucking cares,
like
okay? Listen, why'd you just have to prove a point that I had to be wrong, Houdini?
My iPad, you know what the clock on my iPad is when I'm not doing anything? It's a round clock, analog clock.
Oh my god.
A digital analog clock.
Digital analog.
Yeah, a digital analog clock. That's right.
Digital analog.
I'm old school. I like that stuff, you know?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I can read that faster than a digital clock. At least it clicks better.
Yeah. Also, that's what a lot of us kind of learn to read time on anyways. You know, the digital age, from when, at least when I was in school, the digital age started becoming really huge, but it still wasn't as big as what it is now. You know, we're able to do all this stuff through the power of the internet. Try doing this 15 years ago, this would have been pretty much impossible. It could be possible with like satellite and stuff, but through how we're doing it now, through free services that we don't really have to pay for, and we're able to use this.
Shit, remember Skype?
High-end. Oh yeah.
And having to record through there and stuff like that back in the day, like when you had to play a game with somebody.
Okay.
Does anyone remember MSN Messenger, or am I the oldest?
Oh my god.
Yes, I do. I remember it.
Dude, like I remember when I first like tried to become a YouTuber.
I remember AOL.
Way long ago, back when YouTube first launched, and like I thought it was the coolest thing in the world that my the bigger YouTubers I was watching, like Sky Does Minecraft, stuff like that, how they were able to talk to people and still record it and everything. Like I thought it was so cool. It was mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, and then, the Let's Plays was like wow.
And then I'm like, oh, me and my buddy can do that. I have a good enough computer that runs Minecraft. We can do that. Open up Skype and try to record. I shit you not, you're not going nowhere with a brick laptop.
You're not making it very far.
You have to have the highest end to do that.
It's not that way these days.
Record
Skype
Minecraft
is,
and
all intents and purposes, Skype is actually pretty solid now. But back then, technology just wasn't up. It wasn't up.
That was the problem. It was falling behind so hard.
Yeah.
And then it
but
was.
But when you say that now, but if you put Discord. If you put Discord on one of those computers you were trying to run back then, that you were trying to do that on, the current version of Discord, it wouldn't run. It'd run as bad as Skype did. It would just be terrible.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because I still remember when Discord didn't even have integrated like.
We didn't even have voice channels, man. We could.
Voice channels was like one of the major updates, and then the second major update was including cameras, so you can do your face cams and stuff. And then I know the longest time when we started doing the podcasts and stuff, and then when I started doing the Millionaire Live game show, I actually signed up for a developer account of Discord. That way we could use the new feature of sharing screens with audio, which now that's just an implemented thing.
It's just something on Discord. I mean, when they first rolled out video calls and stuff, it was only in DMs, and you had to pay or be part of the developer thing in order to use it in a server. and then that became just a normal thing.
Who was it, Luigi or you, who told me to get Discord? One of you two told me to get Discord. I think it was Houdini. He was like, bro,
Probably
you gotta
Houdini.
get Discord, man. I'm like,
I did.
the fuck is Discord?
I tell everyone to get Discord because it's the easiest way to stay in touch.
And I full on said, no, I'm not gonna get Discord. It sounds stupid. It sounds like an overhyped Skype, you know?
No.
And now here we are.
And then like Houdini one day was just like, if you don't fucking get it, I swear to God, I will hurt you. I'm like, fine, I'll give it a shot. And ever since then, I've been on here.
It's so complicated. It's like, you think we're gonna Facebook Messenger this?
That's what I thought. That's literally what I thought we were gonna do.
When we first started doing our podcast and stuff, we used Google Hangouts. And even that was a mess.
That's what I used originally first too.
Yeah, Google Hangouts worked great. It's terrible now. Google Hangouts is not very good.
They got rid of a lot of stuff that was nice on it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not even called Google Hangouts anymore. It's like,
no, it's called Google Duo. It's called
Duo. Yeah, they
Duo.
integrated into Duo, which Duo was fine on the phone, but like Hangouts was different. It was
I've actually been using Discord again a bit lately because Danger Dolan has been only available on Discord. He deleted his Facebook.
That's probably good for him.
I've still got his text number, but he prefers to use Discord. So he's always hanging around.
I'm kind of the same way. Well, congrats to him
It makes it a lot easier when you're able to
successful.
It makes it a lot easier.
Unfortunately, that's where most of my market is on Facebook, where I'm able to actually know how to, I'm very good with marketing on Facebook. Unfortunately,
better you than me.
Yeah,
so,
it's. I'm letting you know, it's garbage. It's garbage, and
it's not very
the sad
good.
part is that the sad part is
well,
I
you're in
understand
good company. We all have been on Discord for a while, and we can show you the ropes if you ever have any questions. You seem to understand it pretty well.
Oh we just got to get the old Super Mayhem server just kick it back into overdrive.
We need to reignite it. I will drag it up. I'll drag it up to the top.
I have to pump out more content first. I think that's my first hurdle.
That's priority.
Get your content out, but start getting in your servers too.
So
yeah, I have to get into that. Yeah.
With us all kind of talking about like the good old days and stuff like that. I think it's also fair for our audience to know kind of also what happened to us. Since, let's be honest, a lot of us who remember the old show, I did not have this type of setup. I was so rocking with a half green screen that I bought for $20 on Amazon next to a closet door. And here we are now with me having a professional Draca, professional light. You were in a back room that had no heating.
It was a porch. And I had a green sheet behind me.
Yep,
and that green sheet
it was so
khaki. I had an office, and I actually wound up moving, and that's why I'm in my living room right now. Don't mind that, over there.
Yeah. Don't mind it. Don't worry about it.
Much
don't mind
better,
that over there.
Much better living situation than I was in.
Like, honestly, I actually wound up downsizing from a 2-bedroom house with full basement and stuff like that. It was so much for one. Actually, technically at the time, just one person. It was a lot, and so when I wound up moving pre-COVID, it was kind of just like, like cool. And then COVID hit, and then I got this. And I'm glad that I got the deal I did, because rent is expensive. Now, rent is very expensive. But so who wants to go first on fully why we walked away and stuff like that?
I walked away because y'all suck.
Yeah. Oh, cool. All right, that was easy.
I figured. Let Super Mayhem go first.
We'll let
Tim go first.
And this concludes our career on YouTube.
Yeah. We'll let Tim go first, and then I guess we'll go Oreo next, since you guys are technically
we'll go clockwise.
More newbie, if that makes sense.
I'll try and summarize my career on
TLDR.
YouTube succinctly. Long story short, I started YouTube because my friend Danger Dolan was doing really well, and I thought it was a good way to send traffic to my website. He gave me a shout out. Overnight I had over 5,000 subscribers, which I built up to at one point. I think I was 30k or just under 30k.
You were right around 30k, man.
And now it's dropped to about 24 since I came back. But yeah, long story short, I was doing quite well. And then I had a lot of health trouble, a lot of depression, anxiety. I went a little bit insane there for a while. If anyone wonders what it's like to be Jesus Christ. I can tell you that. It was quite severe. Anyway, I kept making content a little bit after that, but then I had a long 11-month break. And that's when I got into streaming after that. And that's where I met Matt and Houdini up here. And we sort of became friends, and we did a lot of streaming and everything. But then I lost a lot of my audience because I was just releasing stupid videos and infrequently too much streaming on YouTube, where I should have done it on Twitch. And yeah, long story short, the streaming on YouTube, what were you going to say? Sorry, yeah?
I was saying that streaming on YouTube, they seem to be better about it now, but it was
garbage
hurting
back in the
people.
day.
It was actively hurting your channels.
Because I used to do that too, and it was garbage back then.
When all of us
because they grouped it
started,
in with your normal videos. That's why they didn't separate.
And so there was a lot of people that weren't interested in the streaming, and now they just don't get notifications about my videos anymore. You know, I've been producing about one video a month, which I've been trying to up to at least 2 a month now, so I'm sort of getting back into it.
This man can cartwheel like no other. This man can do some cartwheels.
Yeah, I love to throw in some skits. And that's what I wasn't really doing. I was more like, oh, I got to pump out some content. Whereas now I'm like, I got to pump out some content. There's a big difference, you know. I'm trying to make the best videos now that I can within a time frame. Like, you know, like otherwise you just procrastinate till forever. But I watched a Mr. Beast video where he was interviewed by Colin and Samir, and we'll talk about this later, I guess, as well. But Mr. Beast repeatedly said, I just want to make the best content possible. Just want to make the best video possible. And that really resonated with me. It's like, well, would I watch my videos? I'm like, well, yeah, I'd probably watch part of it, you know, like, so now I'm just focusing more on grabbing that attention in the first 15, 20, 30 seconds and maintaining that across the thing and getting better at editing, getting better at script writing.
I noticed
getting better at
editing,
improv, you know.
I noticed that your editing got better, and yes, the improv definitely got better. I believe that last video you put out where you were looking at Mario Maker levels.
Yeah.
That was really interesting. I sat there and watched the whole thing. It was funny. Just you looked like you were about to have a heart attack, man. You were
man, I nearly died.
I'm just like,
shameless shout out. Shameless shout out.
I was like, I know he didn't.
Link to the video in the
description below. We'll have a link to that video down below. Definitely go watch it. It was awesome, and I could tell that a lot of that was improv. You may have like wrote out, okay, these are the videos I'm gonna, look at.
That's all I had. I had the video links, and that was it.
That was it.
So I'd love to do more of that stuff.
Great.
Yeah, I'd love to do more of that stuff and more of the scripted stuff. I'm trying to work out a schedule.
I'm starting to script more myself for my for the videos I do on my personal channel.
That's good, man. Like it depends on your style. It depends on the style you want to go for. I love to improv. I love to do let's plays and stuff like that. But then you've got to even edit then to make them more exciting and stuff. And that's kind of where I'm heading now. I'm coming back from a dark period in my life. I guess we all were a bit down over COVID and everything. And yeah, I'm just looking to come back now strong and put out at least 2 videos a month if I can. And that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So, and that's now I'm on the Nest again, which is fantastic. Come full circle.
It's great to have you back. It's great to be back.
Thank you for having me.
And it's very nice to meet you too. I mean, I've heard a lot about you, honestly, and I don't know if you heard a lot about me. I'm usually the loud mouth one.
Like, yeah, I've heard bits and pieces about you, bro. It's the first time I think we've met chatting, actually, but
it is.
So what are you into, Ario? What do you do, man? And what are you up to at the moment?
Yeah, it's a good way to pass it off.
So yeah, it'd be a great way to pass. So back in the day, Houdini would be next, right?
I think we can make this actually a lot easier for both myself and Houdini.
For me, when I first started out on, I first originally started off on YouTube, and at the time I was following the Freddy Fazbear, FNAF thing. I just watched Markiplier play it. I just literally saw Markiplier blow up out of freaking nowhere from it. I was always intrigued with PewDiePie and all that other stuff when he was good. But I was always fascinated with it. And so when I first started, I had a laptop I bought for like $300 off Amazon. I don't think Amazon was even a thing. Like I'm trying to remember where the hell I bought. Oh yeah, I bought it at Best Buy for like $300-400. And
it was probably refurbished.
Refurbished like a mug. So I wanted to, really get into YouTube and stuff like that. I made like maybe 2-3 videos, and it was called the Yin Yang Gaming. It was me and like my friend's girlfriend at the time, because she was really wanting to make content too, and I was gonna call it that and just have random people kind of join in and do it like how we do now. It obviously didn't take off. I made like 2-3 videos, and this is when editing was a lot harder to come by. Recording was a lot harder to come by, especially having a crappy laptop. And so I got into then I was watching some guy named Lobos Jr., one of my favorite streamers of all time. He streams Dark Souls and stuff like that for Twitch. And I was like, Twitch? What the fuck is Twitch?
Yeah. What is that?
What the hell is Twitch? So this is back in like, I want to say 2013, 2014 era, And so when I saw, him streaming on Twitch, I'm like, this is so cool. What is this? So I started off as the Realist Oreo. That's where I always had the Realist Oreo name on YouTube, but once I, actually established my name. When I went on Twitch, I tried to find a game I could play. I played something called Elseworld. And I knew nothing about it. I just wanted to stream something on Twitch because I thought it was cool. Computer barely ran it, by the way. Don't ever try to run a crappy computer like that and try to stream at 4K. Well, actually not 4K. 4K at the time was like 480p.
So are you 4K. More of a streamer then, bro? Or do you do...
I'm way more of a streamer than a content creator. Granted, I do enjoy making content and stuff like that. I love editing and stuff like that, just not as often. I'm more heavily into streaming, but so when I first did Twitch and stuff like that, I tried to find a game that would run on my computer. And I'm like, oh, Resident Evil 2, I got a couple of emulators and stuff like that. I knew how to do that, and then started streaming on there. I streamed my first stream, I shit you not. This is back when it was really easy to blow up on Twitch because not a lot of people were doing it. I got about, I think, 60 to 70 people in. I didn't even know it. Like, the sad part is too, because I couldn't even read chat. That's how bad my computer was. I couldn't even read chat. So
I do not miss the days where I was using my phone to read chat. I don't miss those.
I don't miss those days either.
No.
So and the only reason why I knew I had like 70 to 80 people was because back in the day I was streaming on XSplit. If anyone remembers what XSplit is, it's garbage now. Back in the day, it was the bee's knees.
Wow.
So
it's not free
said
either.
that I capped out at, what was it, like my viewers were at 88 or something like that, 89, 88, something like that. I'm like, wait, I had 88 viewers, like, and apparently I held over 50 people, like, consistently throughout the 4 to 5 hour stream that I did, and I'm like, this is easy, this is great. And so next day I did it, the day after, to a point where I ran myself. Actually, I didn't really have to deal with that too much until the point where, like, pretty much I ran myself ragged. And then so pretty much when I decided to make this a real thing, I had to take a break for a couple of years because some unfortunate things happened. I had fallen out with my roommates and stuff like that, and I pretty much had to move back to Illinois. I was in South Dakota at the time, and then. So when I got back into it is actually when I started doing Resident Evil and stuff like that and blah, 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 is when I met Houdini for the first time. And I think he was part of a raid or a host or something like that.
I came from a raid.
I don't fully remember, but
it was from
this is when the community for Resident Evil was very, very small on Twitch. And pretty much I knew everyone who streamed Resident Evil. You named anyone, I knew them.
Tipster actually sent me to your channel.
Tipster. Yeah, that's how I met you, when Tipster hosted me. Yeah, and that's how I met Houdini. But unfortunately, with some drama that happened, some beef that happened, that I wish Tipster would have fucking covered. By the way. Yeah, we'll see if we can.
So you had a bit of drama, and you had to have a bit of a break, did you? From it all?
Yeah, so I wound up breaking part of my community. I had a break. I wound up moving out to Michigan, and that's when me and Houdini wound up reconnecting, and that's where I met Luigi. Big Papa Luigi. I actually used some tips from Luigi's stream, actually, to help, kind of manifest some of that. I have yet to tell him this. I actually wound up,
This is starting to scare me now.
Well, actually, seriously, like with the whole entire like Mario Maker thing and everything like that, I wound up using that idea, what you were doing, everything of that sort, and all I did was just add more.
Oh well, we knew that. We could tell you.
That's all I did. That's all I did was just add more.
We're open to taking ideas from each other.
Yeah, like from each other and stuff like that, and we're very open to like shout out. So I actually started making my home on YouTube as a YouTube streamer. And I made content, I would usually stream on Twitch for my challenge and then edit it down. I did enjoy that a lot. But like I said, the problem was I didn't have enough time, so I took a break there trying to figure out what I can possibly do. And I'm like, well, way back in the day when, I was doing really successful, I was playing a lot of Nintendo games. I was playing Zelda, I was playing Mario, I really enjoyed that stuff, And so that's when I started leaning towards playing Zelda on my new YouTube channel. Of course, there's if you see past other stuff, I've edited some videos and stuff.
I wonder where he got the idea to play Zelda.
Crazy, right? By the way, Houdini,
I love you too.
That was his idea. Mario Maker was.
You can tell the tension is rising in the room.
You see Mario Maker from Luigi.
I feel like after this recording, I'm gonna get yelled at.
It's okay. He went and started playing Zelda games, and I went straight into Shin Megami Tensei. I was like, screw it. I'm gonna go into my own niche.
So you're going back to more YouTube content, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I'll still be streaming as well, 3 days a week, because that's still fun for me. I still very much enjoy streaming. That's something that's not going to go away.
I think we were going to talk about that a bit later, actually. But it's almost branching into that. It's sort of outsourcing what you're not good at. A lot of business in general, just business in general, finding what you're good at, finding what you're not good at, and outsource what you're not good at. What you don't like doing.
I am not an artist.
It's just my main thing behind that is I'm scared to kind of with Pasky and everything like that, I'm personally letting him do it, with some of my videos.
You find the right person, you can teach them, or give them notes, or you might take a couple of revisions, but when you get there.
No, Passy's been learning pretty well. We are fairly strict. Me and Luigi've got kind of a set way that we like our videos. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of it leans heavy on how I like the videos done. But we agree on most of it. So I've been able to guide Passy in that. And if you spend time with him, Oreo, he will learn how you like your videos done as well. You also got to remember people have got lives. He's in college. He's got all schoolwork and stuff he's got to do as well. So he's a very busy person, and he's not picked it up to where he's super fast with it yet either.
Yeah.
So you give him more time as he gets more videos done, he'll get faster at doing them. Then he'll be able to provide more help with you as well.
Well, yeah, of course, and I said, that's why I'm not stressing him about it. I'll just ask him
when people
randomly,
begin, they always
that's
take
fine.
A long time to get into the groove.
So Houdini would be next, right?
I think we can make this actually a lot easier for both myself and Houdini. Myself and Houdini actually did a mini-cast episode talking about where we have actually been. So if you want to know where both of us have been personally, both in our personal lives and for doing stuff on the Nest, we have a video that I think is just called like We're Back or Welcome Back or something like that.
Yeah, I've got a Game Genie Hijinks series, which is what I've been mainly focusing on, because I really love the Game Genie. I actually love game cheating in general, which can be controversial, but
I think that's how I found you. I think it was one of your earlier Game Genie videos.
Could have been.
I forget which one it was.
It was during a stream, wasn't it? You came on and
no, I had found you before then. I had been subscribed to your channel for a long time before you started streaming. I didn't even realize that you had taken a nearly year break. And YouTube showed your stream, and I was like, oh, Super Mayhem's live. I'll jump in and say hi. Because I was kind of new to the whole streaming thing too, and I jumped in there, and you actually responded to my chat. And that was just boom, because I'd been in streams before and nobody would ever acknowledge the chat, but you acknowledged it, and it was wow, this is great.
I think that's the beauty of the internet, right? If you're on television, you can't connect so much with your audience, but on YouTube or streaming or whatever, you can chat to this. There's a real person sitting behind there, right? And I think that does blow some streamers' minds. They're just oh, yep, collecting this axe and picking up this box or whatever. But I'd rather have fun with the chat, right?
Yeah.
To me, it's more exciting.
You are the professional fail gamer.
Yes, exactly. I'm not good at video games. I don't know why I play them.
You're a professional failure at video games.
The funny part is too, I've been saying that for a while now. What he's literally saying is like, if you're streaming, like, to just pretty much kind of be a boring sack with it, like, no, have fun with chat. Like, I don't know how many times people have, like...
If chat comes in,
you've even been there, Houdini, where people will lose their freaking minds that I just even acknowledge their existence. I'm like, dude, the fuck?
If you have a chat and you do not acknowledge them, you're not getting anywhere. That's something that I think a lot of people had to discover. Because, like, if you're not chatting with your chat...
Audience, why do they want to watch you?
They're not going to stick around. It's okay to have like a super chats and stuff like that if you're a bigger channel.
Like if you can't keep up with chat,
if you're small, you got to communicate.
I always found YouTube funny in that regard. They treat you like you're a celebrity. And it's like, mate,
exactly.
You can do the exact same thing, like
like and once honestly, I
paraphrased you earlier. I was talking about with you. I was like, I remember telling you about. I've always wanted to make videos. I always wanted to try different things and try streaming and stuff like that. And you looked at me and you were just like, you should do it. You should just do it. And that stuck with me ever since. And not to mention, like, my second stream after I started streaming, you literally came into the stream and brought people. And
why not? Why not, bro?
I'm like, oh my God, he's actually like... But what that said to me is this is a real person. He's no better than anyone else. And I always try to tell people that I'm no different than anyone else. I'm just a normal person. I'm going to put this out here. A selfish plug. Join the Nest Discord server. Like, the link is in the description. Join it. I am always... They join from time to time, but I am always in the voice channels.
He doesn't really have much of a life, guys. It's okay. I'm kidding. I love you.
I love you too. I'm always in the voice channels. And you know why? Because I love the community of talking to people. I love just chatting with new people all the time.
He's our poster boy. I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely feel free to join if you want to communicate more.
All right.
With that said, I've got to pee.
All right. Go ahead. Do your pee. Luigi, what was the next subject we were going to talk about?
So the next thing that I feel like this would be kind of cool for all of us to talk about is finding the motivation for actually doing
that's
content and streaming and stuff. Because as all of us have been on breaks, I can tell. I think all of us have kind of had the lack of either motivation or the lack of creativity. I have ideas and stuff like that. And so trying to find that motivation for some people I know is kind of hard. Especially if you are someone like me who sometimes can't get any creative things
flowing,
thinking in the brain. So
honestly,
for
with
me,
you, go ahead.
I was gonna say, for me, it's not so much. Not so much about a lack of creativity, it's a lack of drive, and I think that's part of, I take antidepressants and things like that. I take a few other medications that I'm not sure if they lower me down or I don't feel the highs that I used to feel. So for me, it's not so much a lack of creativity. I have lots of ideas. It's more just getting started. I think that's a pretty good metaphor for anything in life.
Yep.
So for you, you have the creativity of it. It's just you don't have the motivation to be like, we're going to start now.
That's what I struggle with. Yeah, but I find like once I get going, and that's probably again a good just advice to anything in life, whether it's homework or business or anything. Taking that first step is often the hardest part to get going. The moment I sit down and I open my script and I open my OBS, and stuff like that, I'm like, all right, I can record a couple of hacks, I can write some scripts, then I go have a break, have a cigarette, have a drink, whatever. And then sort of like, that's how I work in little chunks often, like an hour, half an hour. And that's what I was sort of talking about at the start, was I want to try to improve on that, where I'm, a bit stricter on myself with, all right, I've got to do 5 hours of work instead of 4 hours of work today, sort of thing, you know, like, and that is, yeah, we're talking about motivation. It is very hard when you, especially like in my case, I've lost a lot of subscribers. I have to build them back. You lose motivation because you're like, oh man, I'm trying this stuff.
Gotta get them to click that bell.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, people are like, I like your videos. I think they're funny, they're good, whatever. But they're not being seen by enough people, and it's very frustrating. It's demoralizing, you know. So part of it is like, if you see some success, I feel like you get the motivation.
Oh yeah.
But to grind to get to that point is very hard. It's a tough thing, you know.
Yeah,
like you have to
motivation. Motivation is a funny thing. In order for you to get motivation, you have to begin with. Like,
yeah.
You have to start doing
he said
something.
that while you were in the
before
bathroom. Like it's just getting up and starting.
Yep.
Like
you was talking about how you like to edit in chunks and stuff. I actually edit completely different. I will usually have everything ready, and I will just sit down for 3 to 6 hours and knock it out all at once.
When I'm editing, I'll do that.
Break it.
When I'm writing a script, I do it in chunks because it's quite draining.
You know, I'm that way too when I'm writing the script because it is very draining. Speaking of Luigi, is supposed to be helping me with a script for my video.
Yes, I know. Well, trust me, it'll be done probably in the next few days.
Very good with
I'll
script
get
writing.
you. Don't worry.
I appreciate it.
I'm very improv. Like I do not like writing scripts. I can barely read.
I don't either. But
that's not even a joke, dude.
There is quality to it. So.
There is quality, but like
that's why I do it.
Way back in the day when I first like was doing stuff, I did some skits and I just could not. I don't know how the hell. Like I got to give y'all massive props. Like, and I usually don't do that. Like y'all sitting down to write a script. I don't know how the fuck you do it. I'm gonna be honest, cause I tried doing that one time for one of my skits way back in the day. I said, "Fuck this."
It's very hard to plan to be funny.
Yeah. Like because
it's very hard.
What
I do is I script with improv. I script with improv, meaning that I will read off a script that I've written for myself, and I'll improv as I'm reading it. I might not say it the exact way I wrote it. I might read the sentence, because I usually do it in sentences. I'll read the full sentence, and I might even change the way I'm saying it if I would need to say it a different way. I might even throw in a corny joke.
It depends.
That's how I
depends on the type of joke. Like, I like to do skits. You know, like you might have seen me as Wolverine, and I think, hey, it's funny. One, I'm a bit of a fat guy, and I put like a white singlet on. I think, well, Wolverine's got claws, right? So I've got knives, kitchen knives. But then I'm like, what if I throw a spoon in there? You know, that's funny. You know, like it's like Wolverine's got a spoon. You know, like, and in the game, you know, when he hits someone, he loses health. So I'm making a joke that I'm standing there not getting hit, you know, like, I don't know, like, and so I'm sort of having a conversation with myself that I'm trying to turn into a skit, you know, like, and I write the dialogue, and, you know, so so it depends on the skit, and or if it's a skit or if it's a joke or what.
That's what's great about being crazy is that you're used to talking to yourselves anyway, so script writing is easier.
Well, like with me, when I was doing skits, what I would do is that I would do a lot of improv, like right off the bat. Like I would think of an idea. And like, well, I'm pretty sure since, you know, Luigi and Houdini over here known me for I don't know how many years at this point, I'm very good with just coming up with random shit. Just like random shit out of nowhere. Like, what if we did this? Or what if this happened? You know,
that's probably what makes you a good streamer, bro. Yeah.
Like, and that. Oh wow, really? Shit. Okay, did not know. I thought it's because I scream at the freaking. Go ahead.
One thing that I think also kind of helped, at least, is that I have also performed in front of like live people before, and I want to make this distinguished thing that I have performed both in a way with instruments and having like more of a scripted thing. This is what we're going to be doing. But then I've also went to other places where I would do like more cons and stuff like that, where I would be doing games like Family Feud and stuff where you have to play off of other people. And in that type of route, I think that has also helped me learn in a way how to become a streamer. Because streaming, in my opinion, is about the reaction to what's happening at that moment. And in script writing, you have
to plan for that moment.
You have to plan for that moment to happen. I actually remember watching an AVGN video where he actually talked about the script writing process, that he would actually play the game for so long and mark down certain things that he think would be funny or things that he wants to talk about.
He did the timestamps. He would actually write.
Yeah.
He would actually stop it and do the timestamps because he would sit there and record it on a DVD player.
Yep, and then so at the time something would be funny, he would write it down.
Woo, thank God you ain't got to do that no more.
Yeah, I don't do that
those
no more,
videos are so taxing to do.
Yeah.
I've done one or two. I played like Granddad. What is it? Super Mario Granddad.
Super Mario 7.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I did a video like that where I literally did the same sort of thing as AVGN, and they're so time consuming. Like, because you got to play the game for one, and then mark down or remember funny or interesting bits, and then write a joke around that, or write something interesting.
And then you look at it. That type of video is already oversaturated, and there's no you can't have another AVG. like at this point, it's just you can't. You need to just be more real.
One thing I did want to ask though for everyone here as well, because I don't know if you guys watched. Well, I'm pretty sure Luigi and Houdini have, because I actually have them sit down when I did my Resident Evil challenge stuff. When I did voiceover, what I didn't write a script for that. All that was improv. Like, I would take certain sections of it and then do improv. On what I would say, and that's why, Big Daddy Nemesis comes out of nowhere, because Jill didn't pay her rent and decided to chokeslam the bitch, I just can't,
yeah.
that's just stuff that comes out.
Classic
so when
fairy
I used to do scripts and so-called scripts, I didn't really do scripts. It just came, I would take one section and move on to the next. What was the best way for y'all to really do that? Because I know Houdini has done voiceovers, I know Luigi has, and I know for a fact you have, because like I said, I've watched some of the hacks that you've done and stuff like that. So what is the easiest way for that when you've already played through something, and then would actually, do you guys do that, or do you and then write it down, or do you just proceed to write a whole script first and then do a whole recording?
The way that I have always done it personally myself is I've actually really enjoyed doing live recordings. So I would just record a gameplay, or I would be live on Twitch or YouTube and play the game with my audience. If something would happen that's extremely funny or something, I can have someone timestamp it or give me a clip or something like that, and that's what makes it really enjoyable. And whenever I have done scripted content before, I would always just play through the game, do what I was going to do with either the challenge or anything else like that, and then I would write a script afterwards on how I think I can explain it to people. And the reason why I'm putting it in that type of context is, other than doing Twitch and YouTube and being the speaker that I am, I also do work with a lot of older people with technology in part of my day-to-day job. And with that, having to learn to translate big tech talk into this is what you do to an older person is very hard to do, especially when you're trying to explain it as quickly as you can, since you're already under that time constraint. So I have kind of learned to take that and say, okay, while this might be more technical talk, to the day-to-day audience who may not know of this certain strat you have to do or this certain button combination that you will have to do, you are able to take that and put your own spin on it. And I have to be very honest when I say this too, it is very rare when I write a script for a video. It is extremely rare. I actually do more of what Oreo does. I actually improv everything. The only thing I do is I make what I call myself cue notes, which means I basically take the portion of the video that is happening, and then I might put a funny zinger in there, or might put something that might be super important that I need to talk about. Other than that, I do everything off the top of my head. And I've learned that my audience sees that more of a genuine side of me. They're not seeing a side of me that's being
that's how I feel as well.
Alrighty, in this portion we did this. On here, for example, just for tonight's show, I wrote down all the different topics we're going to talk about and any questions we might have for each other and stuff, and just little bullet points that we can go through throughout the night. But I don't ever have to take this and write a script. And that's why I really enjoy doing the streaming and podcasts, is that this is unscripted, this is everything else like that. Nothing like this will ever be scripted with us. And that's what I feel like makes this content, as much as we are as real people, even realer. You get to see the side of us that we don't always have to show.
Raw and unedited.
Raw,
fully
uncut,
ribbed for
stuff
your
like
pleasure.
that. And I've seen that to make it just much more connection with the audience when you do that. So, as much as I love script writing, Houdini can also tell too, like when he asked me to be a part of his video, I took what would be a simple top 10 and basically made myself become an intro with like an evil villain and stuff like that. And I'm doing this while I'm putting away stuff at work. Just thinking of funny ways to make it to make the audience want to stay there and watch and have the best time ever. So at the end of the day,
the main thing
we're not here for us. We're here for the people who are watching. The people who are watching are the people who are who are going to help make this thing a thing for everybody. And if we're not entertaining them, all of us collectively are doing our jobs wrong, and we need to fix it.
Yeah,
it kind of moves to the next bit we were going to talk about. How do you make a good video?
Yeah.
And what is it that's I think
it's actually a great. That's actually a great way to throw that in there.
I was going to tell you how I handled. I was going to say how I handled my scripted videos, but okay.
I mean,
it's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. Like, what do you do, Houdini? Like,
what do I do? Like, generally, if I'm doing a review or some type of video like that, I'm generally taking notes as I'm playing a video game. Like, I will literally take notes of things that I notice as I play it. And when I'm done with it, I will take all those notes, I will read through them, and then I will sit down and write the full script out. So I'm kind of a little bit different. There are times I have done the whole, I'm just going to speak it and see if it sounds good. And if it sounds good, I'll write it down and redo it in a less clumsy way, But typically when I script a video, it is fully scripted before I speak it. And that's because I spend so much time taking notes. You should have seen my SMT5 review that I never finished.
I was just about to say,
that
did you write a whole
5
I was about to say, did you write a
pages.
whole script for that one? Because that was actually long as shit.
I did. I wrote a whole script for that.
No wonder when you were telling me, like, back when when my content first started blowing up, like on YouTube, like literally you were talking about like, oh, I'm still working on it. I'm like, dude, the game's been out for like over a month. Are you still working on this? Yes. Now I know why, because you literally scripted everything.
I script everything. I play to the end of video games. You will find footage from the end and the beginning. Because I don't just be like, oh, I'm just going to capture a little bit of footage at the beginning and talk about it. I feel that's fake as hell. So, like, I want people to know that, yes, I've played it. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. Yes, I just want people to feel like when they watch it, they're like, oh, here's stuff from the beginning, here's stuff from the end. Yes, I can trust that they played through the entire game. Because I feel like too many people don't trust reviewers.
Do you think that's an important factor then to make a video entertaining, that you have to be trustworthy? Like that you have to actually
absolutely.
know what you're doing about it?
You have to be trustworthy when you're talking about something. I am not going to review a game unless I know about it. So, like, if somebody asks me to review a game that I've never played before, it's going to take me a month or more to do it because I'm going to have to play through it. I'm going to learn about it. I'm going to be reading up on its lore.
You drop over 170 hours in the first, like, 2 weeks.
I finish it. Yes. I'm dropping some time into it because I want them to trust me.
On the counter side of that, a lot of what I try and do is say, well, look, I'm shit at this game. Like, I don't know much about it.
I'm always gonna be shit at the game. It's
so
different when you're doing a review versus just fucking around.
I'm just wondering, like, what's the better way to deliver is like, well, all right, I'm really bad at this game, but I got this hack to happen or something, and I just,
Yeah, I don't think you need to be too invested into a game to be talking about a hack. That's quite a bit different. When you're doing a review and you're recommending a game, it's different. Yeah. So, like, you're not really invalidating anyone's trust if you're like, oh, I don't know much about this game, but here's some cool hack I can do. That's not
for
really
a start, you're cheating,
trust.
so you're already a devious
motherfucker. You're already a douche.
The trust goes out the window.
Hey, I am pro cheating. I don't have a problem with that.
Cheating.
I am. I'm pro cheating. Just don't be doing it in no competitions.
I'm pro cheating.
I'm pro Game Genie. I'm pro Game Shark. I'm pro Codebreaker.
Pro Action Replay.
Hell, F-Zero.
Pro Action Replay.
Pro Action Replay. Freaking F-Zero X came out, and the first thing I did was type in the code to unlock everything. I was like, yes. Oh my God. I was not going to sit there and play that game for 10, 15 hours trying to unlock everything.
But if it's all right if I go next, the reason why is because in the next 15 minutes I'm going to have to get off here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So pretty much what makes a good video for me is that I look at what I watch. Like, that's the first thing I do. Like, what do I watch? What do I spend the most time watching on YouTube? What keeps me involved? And the whole trust thing is 100% accurate. Why would I want someone to watch me if you can't guarantee I'm gonna do something interesting or funny during the video? That goes from the review side to the entertaining side. And I've been, like I said, I've been in this business for a while too. You know, like I've been doing this for a while. I know what, I wouldn't necessarily say I know what people want to watch, but I know what people like to watch in certain niches and how people even click on the videos to begin with, blah, blah, blah. Because at one point, yeah, I was very successful on Twitch. You know, what got people's attention, what's going on with the whole situation, what keeps people. So usually what I do is like, I'll go over who I like to watch, who I've been watching the most lately, and try to take like snippets almost like of like notes, like little mental notes or notes actually, which rare for me to ever write them. What they're doing different, what's keeping my attention. Because overall, like, my main demographic is someone like Luigi, me, and you two, like Super Mayhem, and because when I look at my statistics, most people like to watch me from the ages of 21 to about 34. Like, those are the main people. So I'm like, okay, if I'm enjoying this,
21
more likely
to 34, you said?
Roughly.
Okay.
So that's the main thing that I do to try to...
He's calling us old.
Well, okay.
Oh, well.
I know.
Well.
I'm 32.
Taking notes is fine though. Like I've noticed a lot about Mr. Beast and other big people. Within the first 5 seconds, one, there's text flashing up what he's saying.
Yep.
And two, excuse me, it's very concise and it's interesting. It's entertaining. That first 30 seconds is just grabbing you, and you're like, what's going to happen?
It's critical.
You know, like, yeah. And so taking those ideas, you know, and implementing is not a bad idea at all.
Oh yeah, you go to one of our Nest Plays videos, and the opening is just Luigi going. He's just like making noise. He's just
like also too like a big person I actually got a lot of inspiration from too when I was actually doing Mario Maker stuff was Dashy Games. Because how he would always grab my attention was like the very first 5 seconds was something crazy happening. And then he would go right into his intro after.
Yeah, that's common.
I'm like, holy crap, like, is that what I was missing?
That's what I mean. That's what I think people are doing these days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, or the big text that how you said, like, for me, if I make a video, what I do is with my videos is through Dashy, like how he does his, where it's like, you know, put something like that's crazy happen in the first 5 seconds. And then go along the video.
Because someone's going to want to see what happens with that crazy situation.
No, what's the context behind this? How did this happen?
Absolutely right. And
I'm going to watch.
And that's kind of how I go about when I do decide to edit or anything like that. Usually with streaming, it's a little bit harder to kind of grip that attention at the very beginning because most people don't really like to watch past streams and stuff like that. So
well, that's where you're talking to the audience and things like that.
Yeah,
I think
like,
is
you know,
big
so
part
it's I'm trying to incentivize people to actually be there during live streams, you know. Like, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. So that's a whole different dynamic with that. And usually what I do is I'll make a thumbnail that's captivating, you know, or something that, like, it will grab your attention. And then, you know, hopefully they'll click on it and be like, oh, you know, this person must be doing something wacky, you know. And it's just me sitting here screaming at, you know, Zelda, like, Legend of freaking, like, Breath of the Wild. And freaking screaming at Link Legend of the Wild. Because he got freaking hit by a mob goblin and fell off a freaking cliff or some shit, and I have no stamina, so now I'm drowning in the freaking lake at the bottom. Like that's something
so awesome.
So that's happened before, by the way.
Real life example.
So like that's why when I stream, I don't stream like, you know, 8 hours anymore because I can't be entertained for 8 hours anymore. So I start streaming around 3 to 4 hours now because that's usually when I'm kind of burnt out, you know. So I want to keep the whole stream pretty entertaining for the most part until I get burnt out, and then because at that point there's no point of streaming for 8 hours. The reason why I say that is because, like I said, if you're burnt out, no one's gonna stick around. No one's gonna stick around after you're burnt out because now they're trying to talk. You're sitting here, yeah, cool. Back when we were saying, like, you know, with other streamers who just don't really care, I would pick up on that like pretty much because I've seen Houdini be like that, I've seen Luigi like that, and you don't really want to watch that. No one wants to fucking watch that. They want to be like, they want to watch the guy that's like, holy shit, what the fuck, wow, holy crap, oh my god. You know, they like that. So streaming and, you know, making content is way more different for that. So streaming, that's how I kind of go about, you know, making good thumbnail, only streaming about, you know, anywhere between 3 to 4 hours. You know, make it fun for the whole audience. So when someone does click in, they can see like within the first couple minutes, it's actually something good, you know.
So before you head out, we're going to go ahead and quickly do a segment on the show that we're going to start.
I'm ready for this.
This is called the quickfire question. I'm asking you one question.
Super Mayhem, run, Super Mayhem.
You have 1 minute to answer the question. After your minute, I cut you off. So it's a quick fire question. Cool. Here we go. The question is, and I'll go first, okay? The question is, do you think more short form content like TikTok will possibly take over YouTube? I want to say no, but sadly it is turning that way. I've seen that with TikTok. We have seen the short form content and people who are more my age are able to mindlessly scroll on and on and on and on and on. Where for the longest time, YouTube was like, you know, the biggest thing with the video production. Now TikTok is getting video production in under 3 minutes, and some people being able to like it, some people being able to not like it. While I'm not the biggest fan of TikTok, I will say that short form content still entertains me here and there. But I have also seen that there are TikTokers trying to become YouTubers, and their numbers aren't actually doing that well because they know that they are going from a short form content to a long form content. So my answer, do I think short form content on TikTok will take over YouTube? It could possibly happen, but I don't think so. Houdini, go. Right. Now, do you think more short form content? Go. 1 minute.
I absolutely not. I think it's going to be its own niche. It's going to start its own thing. I don't think that TikTok is going to take over YouTube. I think it's going to become its own marketplace. And I think, like you said, when you see TikTokers trying to move to YouTube, they can carry quite a few people, but that doesn't guarantee them growth on the YouTube platform. Also, YouTube Shorts haven't been doing that great. From what I've seen, YouTube Shorts, they don't really push it. YouTube doesn't. So I don't think Google's even interested in trying to push for that. I think it's just a market that is going to coexist with YouTube's market. I don't think that either one's going to cancel each other out. Am I going to get into it? Absolutely not. TikTok is a lot of work for not a whole lot in return, in my opinion. I'm done.
All right. You're done? All right. 51 seconds. Ready, Oreo? Do you think more short form content will, like TikTok, will take over YouTube? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So Houdini, I can personally say from a person who actually does shorts, the YouTube algorithm does push it a lot harder because they're trying to compete against TikTok and Facebook and Instagram now. So pretty much the YouTube algorithm hits it hard. That's why you see a lot of these content creators coming out of nowhere who are actually doing really big on YouTube. But the main issue with the shorts is that on TikTok and with YouTube, Facebook, and everything like that, it does not pay very well. Facebook is the highest paying one right now, but unfortunately with the strict regulations, a lot of people are trying to get away from it, but it's the highest paying one. Do I believe that is going to be a good way, like is it going to take over? Yes. Unfortunately, the reason why is because as the generation gets younger and younger and younger, technology grows faster. It's pretty much, it's easier to click on a 15-second video and watch a 15-second video of something crazy happening versus having to wait 15 minutes for something crazy to happen. So in the short form, yes, it's taking over. In the long-term run, no, it's not going to, because at the end of the day, they're going to want more content. All right, I'm done.
All right, Tim.
Okay.
Before I asked Tim the question, do you know a lot about TikTok, Tim?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Okay.
I don't really like it personally. I don't get it.
I'm enjoying this.
I do want to like rebuttal a little bit about the YouTube Shorts. Bigger content creators are doing fantastic with it. If you're small, TikTok is gonna blow you up way more than YouTube ever will. And that's what I mean. YouTube is not building a small community for it.
So before
that's
that,
what I meant.
The algorithm does play in your favor though with the shorts on YouTube, but it does not. It's not fast growth. Like literally, I have a shorts channel that I get like 1,000 views and that's it, and then all of a sudden it stops sharing it to people.
Yep.
Where TikTok, you're absolutely
TikTok
right.
will actually pick up.
You have a better chance on TikTok.
I don't like it either.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the reason
most of
why
us don't care for TikTok, but I'm forced to.
The reason why we tried that. Go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
I think it's successful because kids, and I know I sound like an old whippersnapper. Those kids don't have a long attention span. And I don't get it. Every time I've been on TikTok, I just see some fucker dancing, and I'm like, I don't really give it. What do I care about this?
What's the entertainment?
Is this? Yeah, this is good. Okay, all right, whatever. But if you take like the concept of TikTok where they're just pumping just constant entertainment for the first 15 seconds, it goes back into making good content. Like on YouTube, if you can have that same speed, like you look at a Mr. Beast video, and I mentioned him several times because he's a big inspiration for me. Mm-hmm. He's constantly happening. It's constantly changing. There's constantly something going on. He's kind of got a TikTok format that goes for 10, 15 minutes. So
yeah.
It's more about just being entertaining, really. But I don't like TikTok, but I might change my mind. And I have been on there a little bit, but not my favorite platform.
All right.
Well, there's a minute.
I think that's
literally a whole minute.
I don't think it's going to take over. I think that they're always going to have older people. I think once people reach a certain age...
We need to hurry this along because I'm about to literally dip out. What's the next question? Go.
So that was going to be the last question for you. Oreo. Yeah. I think we might be on for a few more minutes. I do want to talk about some other things with Tim while he's here.
I am plugging myself. All right. I am at the True Oreo King. You can follow me on TikTok, which is the True Oreo King YTC, along with Twitter, same thing, Instagram, Facebook, all the above. I have
links
just about everything.
Down below. I'm assuming
links down below.
Absolutely.
But before I go, Super Mayhem, by all means, I hope we can talk more. I know we never really got to talk. Add me on Discord if you ever want to talk or whatever the hell. I'm mostly on Discord at night with Houdini. I wish Luigi more.
Luigi jumps
in.
Dad gets
Go
tired.
ahead and add me, bro. I'm not really sure how to do it, so if you do it, that would be great. I'll just accept.
I will try.
We're already friends.
No.
Go profile and you hit add.
I'm still like, even though I've been on here for a good minute, I don't know the message.
Oh yeah, I see something came up.
Yep.
That should be
magic. Cool beans.
Magic cool beans. But all right, everyone, take care.
Go follow Oreo.
Follow me.
Give him some love.
We are in the process of trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be wearing a maid dress.
Giant glass of milk.
I will be wearing a maid dress. Houdini is very excited for that.
Yes.
Luigi is too. I feel like I will never live it down. I feel like I'm going to have to make multiple videos on it because he probably will never shut up about it. So that's the goal that we are trying to do. And I'm debating on, going from there. But much love, everyone.
Much love, man.
And good luck with the rest of the podcast.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
See you, bro. Found some peanut butter flavored whiskey, which is really nice.
I know me and Mayhem would be sitting there and we'll be sending each other voice chats and shit on Facebook. Yeah.
I get progressively slurrier.
And it gets more and more slur because he's sitting there just having a few drinks. I'm like, fuck yeah. It's like, I love you, man. Yeah, absolutely.
I do enjoy this. Do enjoy the sauce.
Oh yeah.
The sauce makes it better.
As long as it's not a problem, man. Like I said, I don't drink, but that's just because I don't trust myself. But I've never had a problem with people who can handle their alcohol,
Yeah, I like to think I can. Sometimes I go a little bit too far.
You seem to handle it pretty good, man. You seem to be mostly in a good mood.
Yeah, mostly.
Usually.
Till I message the ex-girlfriend or something, and then I'm like, oh shit, what'd I do that for?
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
What you do in that case, Tim, is you block that number and never text again. Block and never text.
Next time you feel the need to do that, message me instead.
Yeah. The moment I think it's a good idea, it's not a good idea,
It's best to kind of just move on. I know that pain too well. Too fucking well, man.
Yeah.
But y'all ready to
Yeah. As I said, I've got to take off in a bit, so yeah.
Yeah, you're good. I think the only other two questions I think we really have are just pretty much the current projects that we're working on, and also kind of just quickly when I just like go away from the YouTube side of things and just kind of talk about any of the new Mario games that you guys are excited about.
My favorite Mario game right now has got to be Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's not Mario, but
it's in that genre.
Yeah,
it's Nintendo. Like Nintendo wise, like
anything
just, like,
from
gaming
the,
in general.
from like the last direct that just happened a few weeks back. Like, what is that?
I am
from that direct. Like, what are you guys excited about? Since there's a lot of old IPs coming back. Like, what are you guys' feelings on that?
You ready for it?
I'm scared.
Fucking
yes.
Xenoblade, bruh. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Fucking hyped for that. Fire Emblem Warriors. Not a real Fire Emblem game, but it's still gonna be fun. It's still gonna be a fun time. I can't wait for that. And I was shocked that Chrono Cross is actually getting remastered and put on newer consoles. So, like, Chrono Cross has only ever been on the PlayStation 1. You could buy it on the PS3 digital store as well. And I feel like that's a game that a lot of people overlooked. Everybody thinks of Chrono Trigger. And I think Chrono Cross is just such a magical adventure. It's completely different. It's a different kind of game than Chrono Trigger, but it still has some of the feel. And if you've never played Chrono Cross, it comes out on April 8th, and the remaster that they're doing, they've already told us, if you don't like the new look, you could literally have the same old textures, the same old models, the same old fonts. You can change the font in the game.
Huh,
like, it's cool. Wild. So you can play the game and it look exactly like it did on the PS1, or you can take the newer visuals if you like them. I personally like the way it's looking right now. So if you've never played Chrono Cross and you've been a fan of Chrono Trigger or you like JRPGs, definitely check it out. It's a fun game. You don't have to grind in it. You just play it and go. But those are the games that I'm most excited about. And of course, we know Breath of the Wild 2 is supposed to come. Oh yeah, definitely check out Chrono Cross then. It's only going to be like $20, I think.
Well, Octopath Traveler I really loved a lot. I actually played it through twice. It's a beautiful game. Yeah. And there's a new one, I think it's called Triangle Strategy or something like that.
Yeah, it's a tactical base, but more like Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, that's what I love. I love that sort of game. It's by Square Enix as well. So I'm pretty hyped for that one. I haven't played the demo yet. I haven't picked up my Switch for a little while, actually.
Have you played much Fire Emblem?
No.
Oh, you need to get into Fire Emblem. And this is a good one to start with. Three Houses, absolute. I've been obsessed with Fire Emblem, man. My profile picture right now on Discord, that's Byleth from Fire Emblem from Three Houses.
Okay.
Like, I've been obsessed with it. Fantastic series. If you like tactical games, RPG games, you'll love it.
Sweet.
And it's got four different paths you can take in it.
Maybe you can drop me the name after just on Messenger or something, and I'll check it out because I love that sort of game. I'm looking for something new to play. I've been playing a weird Korean game called Mu, which is just computer PC. It's a bit like Diablo 2. It's sort of hack and slash, slow level up, but I've been really getting into that again. But I haven't been playing a lot of console stuff. Even my PS4 I haven't had on for a little while.
Did you ever try Persona 5? Because I think I remember telling you needed to pick up Persona 5 on the PlayStation.
Possibly.
You should play it. I think you would really, really enjoy it.
Another name for you to
goes on sale.
Me.
Persona 5 Royal is the name. Pick it up on PS4. I'll send it to you in DM.
Sweet.
But like, it's a JRPG with dating sim elements.
Okay.
It's like an anime. It's like an anime. You ever watch a long form anime? It's 100-hour game or more, and it's like watching a full anime, but you're playing it. It's really cool. It's really cool series.
What about you, man? Are you looking forward to anything, bro?
I'm excited for the Nintendo Switch boards coming out. That was my that was the game that got me the most hype, because I remember fondly Christmas when I got my Wii, that it came with a copy of the Wii Sports game, and I played that game forever.
Is that coming out on Switch, is it?
Yeah, coming out on Switch. It's coming out Sports. Actually, it's 4 days. Sorry, it's the 29th, so it's 3 days after my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, lovely.
April 29th.
So I'm going to be grabbing that, and also the new Kirby game, The Lost Lands. I am very excited for that game. I don't know, are you a big fan of the Kirby games, Tim?
Yeah, I love them. I haven't played a lot of the newer ones, but I'm a big fan. Like, one of my first games I ever got was Kirby's Dream Land, so on the Game Boy.
Oh, cool.
So
you'll so I think you would really like this new one, because it's not any of the like the yarn-based games.
They got a
they have a demo on it too. So if you want to,
it's free.
Grab it on your
Switch.
You
can go download it on your Switch.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
But
it's really cool.
It's more of the 2.5D-esque style, which I kind of like. I mean, it's open world with platforming sections. I think it's really
it's 3D.
fun.
It reminds me of kind of like Mario 3D World, kind of, with its design. Yep. But it's with Kirby and Kirby characters and stuff. It's really fun.
Yeah. Well, I love 3D World, so I'm sure I would love that.
We do too.
We do too. That's one of my top 5 Mario games.
It was
now,
just
playing
so
with
fun to
them
play.
Online is a whole different answer for me, because they just bully me. But other than that,
they bully me too. But this game, so good. Absolutely love it. Love it. Have you played the Switch port of it, the Bowser's Fury?
No, I don't think I played that one.
That's so good. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. I've had a lot of computer trouble, so I had this new computer I'm on now cost me $3,200 or something. So I'm just trying to get some cash together so I can get a few games and stuff, and yeah. And I've been focused a bit more on work, so like I'm trying to have less distractions as well. So bit of everything.
Oh yeah.
So with that, I guess we can kind of more go into in the conclusion of today's video. I guess real quickly, the best thing to do is we should talk, I guess, about our current projects. I'm gonna go first, as I think I have the least amount of stuff that's happening right now. I'm just going to be trying to focus on the streams as much as I can. I do have an announcement I will be making on my personal channel here soon-ish. I cannot give an exact date. I can't tell you guys what it's about, because it's kind of personal to me. But I do have a pretty big announcement that I think is going to kind of shake up some stuff I think everyone's going to like. And also, I've been focusing a lot of my energy in the Nest with making sure that we're getting uploads done, making sure that everyone's getting into the editing range and stuff like that, make sure that all the thumbnails and tags and titles look good, all the metric style stuff that's a lot more annoying to deal with. So that's kind of what I'm just doing on, but just trying to get on the streams. And I also have a personal podcast I'm going to be working on. I actually have a few guests kind of lined up, which is going to be fun. It's going to be called the Q-Cast. So you'll most likely see both of these guys on the show eventually. It's going to be more. It's going to be more of like a one-on-one kind of late night talk show kind of vibe, which is the idea that I want to do. Just because, if I'm being, I love doing the group podcast, but I also love doing one-on-one interviews. They both have a different feel, and I love this as much as I love doing one-on-one interviews. So having 2 shows like this is going to be super fun for me. So
that's awesome.
That's all the projects
great,
I have for right now. You can go next, Tim. Hello.
Me? Look, I've got a couple of things on the burner at the moment. I guess I can tell you because I'm just about finished the script. I'm working on an NBA Jam video on the Super Nintendo, which I just... I love that game. I know there's not a lot to it. Let's face it, it's basketball, but it was a game that I loved as a kid. Me and my brother,
man, we got into so many fights playing
That's
that
what
together.
I mean. Like,
it's
I
so
think
RNG too. It's
a lot of people will be like, "Oh, this is awesome." So I'm going for the first one, that not tournament edition, but just classic NBA Jam. I'm just hoping there's not going. No spoilers.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's fine.
Cut it out.
No, it's all good. I haven't quite got to the characters yet. But I've done just a few hacks around it. I'm not sure if it'll be a full 10-minute video or not. Depends what I can fit in, what's interesting and what's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been getting my computer set up, obviously, with my editing software and just doing Photoshop and things like that. There's another project, which is a bit of a passion project, that I've been toying with for a little while, that I've just been kind of doing on and off. It's a Toad diss track. So anyone that knows the history of my channel knows I poke fun at Toad a bit, like that little mushroom head.
I do too.
So I'm gonna...
I do too.
I'm sort of working on a rap race based around that. So I haven't got the music sorted out yet, but I've got a few pretty slick bars that I'm happy about.
Hey.
That's, I think, a project I think you
bro.
two should work together on, because Genie can make some really good beats with GarageBand and Logic, so I think you guys will really enjoy it.
I use Logic Pro. I make some good beats.
I think you two gotta jump into a call.
We figure out the
one
timing
night.
And stuff. Oh yes. Yeah, I can share it. I can share myself working on it too. So
once I've got the music that I want to use, the writing process will come a lot faster.
Oh, it will, which is why we need to work on it. I can make it kind of Mario theme-ish, I guess, or we can make it like gangsta.
Well, it was kind of gangster. It's kind of like I mean, to make more like
bars. A gangster, and I'll throw maybe a one or two Mario melodies in there and make it sound like
that'd be sick.
We could play around with that.
Just to start off with, it's like, yo Toad, I'd like to say you're a bag of all sticks and all stems, but you're about to get smoked by the Super Mayhem. So listen up close, I'm only going to say this once. This little mushroom head is really a dunce.
Oh, I love it.
This is strong.
This is strong, man.
That's just a couple of bars. It gives me that
DK rap
as long as I can get Tim to scream at least one line in a Toad voice, I think that will make the entire thing. Just be like, and your voice is so annoying. Do you talk like this all the time, everyone?
You do a good Toad. That was epic, bro. That was epic. But see how fun that is. It could be such a fun project, and and it'll sort of end with oh, don't worry, Toad, you're still my homie, I love you, bro, sort of thing, not because whenever I've done Toad stuff, there's always this one or two diehards. It's why do you hate Toad? And it's look, I don't really hate him,
because I can.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
fun. My excuse is because Oreo's always playing
Oreo
Toad,
plays
and he
Toad,
likes to murder
and he
everybody,
likes to screw us over no matter what. So
especially in 3D World.
That's
what about
great.
you? What about you, Houdini? What are you working on, bro?
I am working on list type videos for my channel. I also got other ideas. I've got actually a bunch of different ideas. But right now, currently, I'm working on Donkey Kong Country 2's, the best songs from Donkey Kong Country 2. I'm just trying to do 10 songs from the games. It's so packed with music that it was very kind of hard to pick 10. But I found 10 that I absolutely adore. And people are probably going to be mad because... where I put certain songs that they might think are the best songs ever made, but I have fun with it. I like the fact that I can put myself in the video and I can throw the gameplay up as I'm talking about it, and I might have a guest appearance from someone who might hack into and steal the show. Who knows? We'll see how that works.
We'll see what happens.
Anyway, I hope to have that out hopefully around the time that this comes out, maybe a day after. I'm trying. My goal is to have a video a week, but even if I only put one out every 2 weeks, it's a good time. I still will be working on reviews and videos like that, but I definitely like the list type videos, and I think doing list type videos of music from video games is just, there's so much content there that I can just passionately talk about it for hours and hours.
Yeah, well, you're an excellent musician, so you would know the nuances and the lingo and everything, so,
Yeah, that's something else, is I got my new album, Blue Synthetic, is coming out next month on April 22nd, so
excellent.
Free plug from me. Link down in the description if you want to find all the music links for it. But absolutely, that's what's been going on with me. And I'm going to be making sure that the Nest keeps going.
That's awesome.
It will take priority over my own personal channel if need be, but definitely go follow me, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter. I actually use Twitter quite a bit. And if you want to talk to me personally, join the Discord. I'm always in here.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on with me.
All right, and last but not least, it is now time for everyone to plug themselves. So I will go last. Actually, I think the best thing to do is I think we should have our special guest plug the YouTube channel, the website, everything. Plug away.
Oh.
You have a minute of us to shut up. We're gonna
let me just pull this giant plug out here.
Yeah. All right. First.
Look, I don't have much to say really. I'm hoping the links will be down the bottom. Obviously, my main project is Super Mayhem, which is on YouTube. But there's also supermayhem.com, which often I'll put up the script of the video I put up. So if you want to follow some of the hacks and things like that. I've got a Patreon, which is just patreon.com/supermayhem if you want to support the Mayhem. Get behind the scene action, early releases, you get your name at the end of videos. Even I've added some downloads now for the higher tiers. So if you really want to get behind the Mayhem, that's something to check out. Other than that, I'm on Instagram a little bit, and I've got a Twitter account, which I don't use. But I've got a Facebook account as well, which is just Mario Mayhem. So I think that's about everything from me. I'm assuming the links will be below, so come and check me out. Say hi, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes, the links will be down below, and I'll make you a link tree if I have to. Do you have a link tree?
I've just got one of my videos. Like an XML sort of link tree?
What it is it's a website that you can create your own personalized link, and that link will have links to everything, and it's pretty friendly with most devices. So that's why we like using them, because we could just drop it, and if you click on it, you can find your YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything, just like all in one place. Or we can list them separately. But it's very easy to set up. Very easy. Cool. It's free. So, you're of course, I've got my own personal channel, Houdini Fontmeister, on YouTube, on Twitch as well. You can find me streaming rarely on Twitch. I need to kind of fix that and start streaming a bit more. But you'll find me over there. I have an Instagram I don't use. I have a TikTok I don't use. I have a Facebook that I'm on, but I don't really like. If you like memes, go on there. Twitter is where you can find me mostly, in Discord. And I also make music under Blue Synthetic. So go subscribe to Blue Synthetic on YouTube and subscribe to it on Spotify or whatever your music that you like to, every little bit helps. Support really helps small struggling artists. And that's basically it. Oh yeah, follow and subscribe and hit the bell for The Nest. The Nest is on everything. We have Twitter. Oh, you got a Twitter account?
We have
TikTok. We have TikTok, even though there's not really been anything on it yet.
Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and
YouTube.
We're making I think we might make an Instagram. I'm not too sure. We don't really use Instagram that much.
We need someone to help us with that before we can really do it. So, I think that's kind of the problem. It's easier for us to do Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yeah, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. That's our main sources for The Nest.
So definitely go follow us.
For myself, I only got really 3 links for you guys. It's youtube.com/c/LuigiMaster1000, twitch.tv/LuigiMaster1000, and twitter.com/TheLuigiMaster. Or sorry, it's the LuigiMaster1. And that's where I'm kind of hidden. I do have Instagram. I do have a Facebook page. I hardly ever use them, to be very honest with you guys. I just don't like the platforms that much, so I don't really use it. And I do have a TikTok as well. If you want to join, I do post clips on there every blue moon, and that is, I believe, the Luigi Master 1. I think again. So everything.
I also have a TikTok. But everything is down in the description.
Everything will be down below. But for our auditory friends, for people who will not have links, or if you're on like Spotify or Apple Music or something like that, pretty much if you just look up the word Linktree. / and then just put in our names, Illusion Master 1000, Houdini Fontmeister, and then we might set one up for Tim, so it'll be Super Mayhem or Mario Mayhem, whichever one we decide.
And then the True Oreo King, I think is.
And then the True Oreo King is Oreo. So that's where you can find everything that you guys can think of. And also, both myself and Houdini's also have Patreons as well, too. My Patreon is Illusion Master 1000, his Patreon is Houdini Fontmeister. If you guys want to help join and support the show, it does mean a lot. Every little bit helps. And if you subscribe at the second or highest tier, on my show, you do get your name at the very end. In the end screen, your name gets popped up, just like.
And of course, Mayhem has a Patreon, so be sure to support him if you enjoy his content.
Support which you should. Everybody,
or even just on YouTube, the join button is fine too.
The join button. He's got the join button. He's got the join button. You can join.
Yeah, he's cool. He gets the join button. We don't get those for a while.
Help us reach our join button, guys. If we could reach 100 so that we can secure our URL, that would be amazing. And we're actually pretty close. 28?
We're at 70, or 28 away. But we are really trying to go for 1K on all of our channels. We're trying to go for 1K this year. So if you guys can help out, a big help will be going on the Nest and checking out the other videos as well too. And also, as always, at the end of the screen, you guys will see 2 videos you guys can go support us. We have our 3D World playlist and also our Mario Superstars playlist, which I think you guys will very much enjoy watching us scream at each other playing those type of games. We'd like to thank so much for Tim from Super Mayhem for joining us and hanging out with us and being here. We will hopefully get to see more of him both on the show and on YouTube as well, too. And that's all we have for you guys.
Thanks so much for having me. Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Thank you so much for being on, man. I love you, man. You're like a brother to me.
That's all we got. We love you guys. Thank you so much. And on the count, when I say go, I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, go. It's time for the howl.
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. We going for it? All right, here we go.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Stay nerdy.
See you guys soon.
See you guys.
See ya.
I came in early.